Yo, what's good? What's good? What's good, everyone? Good morning. Good morning. It is 7:07 here in Utah. We're about like 57 degrees where we're at. It is a beautiful Tuesday morning. Super ready to get started with the week. And yeah, let's just dive right back into the charts today, okay? Let's take this out real quick. Make sure that it's not visible. Cool. All right, guys. Morning. Honestly, I'm still looking for longs on dollar. I'm still ultimately very long-term bullish on dollar. I'm honestly so bullish that I feel like we're creating the low of the month now, and we're gonna head towards the high of the month here pretty soon. So in terms of I guess you could say in terms of long-term bullishness, I don't know. I just don't see very long-term bullishness. Okay, but let's dive right into it. Look, on a weekly perspective, we took out the previous weekly low and we've traded into this monthly previous insufficiency right here, and this gap is giving price quite a bit of support. Okay, then you have our current range here. So we did trade into this previous area of accumulation right here. You guys can see it a lot better on the 4-hour. We traded into that last down candle right there. We're getting a bit of a rejection out of that area. Getting a closure above this structure right here would really start pushing me more towards, one second, will really bring my eyes for those longs. But as of right now, that's not my range, but this is right here. This whole low to this high is my range. Now we have taken out previous daily lows so a substantial amount of times, but really if price action just keeps walking itself down, we're just going to see lower price action and we're going to go for this low, right? But that's really what I see. Yeah, we traded right back into that imbalance there. So we'll see what in terms of like the weekly objective. So I know that yesterday I didn't set no weekly objective, so I'm gonna just walk it down in terms of weekly, and I'm going to be journaling alongside this. I'm also going to be waiting till 10 a.m. before I take any trade. So just an FYI, in case I do take long on my analysis or whatever, I mean on my markups, it is because yeah, I'm going to be doing my weekly. Let's see. It is week 2. Nice. Okay, cool. All right. So what we're going to do, and actually, I'm going to pick Nasdaq here, Dow here. Cool. All right. So in terms of a weekly objective for me on DXY, it has to be back into that imbalance. Currently, I just don't see us really going much lower. At the moment, I'm pretty bullish still. I know the daily created a imbalance, and the daily created a breaker structure to the downside, but I'm gonna bring your attention towards this over here. This one also broke structure and went down into a weekly imbalance and then went higher. Okay, just want to bring that out to your attention, just because we did trade into a previous area of accumulation. We have taken previous weekly low, right, which was my main objective for the week. My first objective for the week yesterday was that previous weekly low. So for the most part, I do believe that we're going to have a reaction to the upside here. Okay, And I'm going to be looking for DXY longs out of this insufficiency and this monthly imbalance until, you know, we close below it. But for now, I do believe that we can potentially reject towards the upside. What would really confirm this, though, is the 4-hour. But, you know, if the 4-hour continues to just walk itself down, then this guy right here will end up being the next target. And honestly, that ends up happening. I just see us continuing a lot lower, lots and lots lower. Okay, but for right now, I want to see what this 4-hour ends up doing, if we end up accumulating or distributing out of that daily gap. Okay, I want to see what ends up happening out of that daily gap. We took it out previous weekly low. Okay, we've traded into the previous weekly or the new week opening gap. Yeah, I'm curious to see. It does look like it's just going to continue downwards. And if it does continue just downwards, just looking for that low. Now, again, this is a pretty significant previous area of accumulation. So I won't be surprised if something does take place here, right? So, weekly objective. Let's see. Ah, man, this is pretty tough one because I want to be bearish. But long term, I'm pretty bullish. It's a difficult one. Okay, if I had to say, I'd say I'm gonna stick to very close targets for the time being. I'm gonna stick with a very, very close target for the time being, and it's going to be towards the upside. Yeah, I'm gonna go towards the upside. We took out previous weekly low. I want to see what happens here. So, in terms of weekly, I'm gonna go. A tough one. This is a very tough one. I'll come back to the XY. In terms of a daily, though, it does look very likely to just come take out this low. Okay, in terms of the daily, we'll see. Again, today was the day that we took out previous weekly low. Okay, so in terms of a higher time frame liquidity objective down here, we don't need to keep going down and lower necessarily today. The 4-hour does look like it's walking itself down pretty nicely. Given that, we may get a pretty good run for this low. I want to see what happens when we get back into this blue shaded box. So we'll come back to DXY. But for now, I'm following the 4-hour structure and just looking at lower targets. Okay. But I'll come back to the DXY. All right. You had the same stroke yesterday and today with DXY printing. I'm not sure what you mean by that. And good morning, brother. Good morning. Okay, monthly DXY, NASDAQ just looks ready to continue to climb higher. I mean, the way we took out previous monthly low, balance, respecting the higher imbalance here with the bodies. Honestly, there's a couple of areas that really brought my attention on NASDAQ, but, you know, longs was not something that I really anticipated at all the way here. I really anticipated it a lot lower. So I do believe that we can potentially within this area distribute. Okay, so within this range, I want to see more distribution long term. Now, price actions, of course, walking itself up, and I do believe that we're going to continue to walk ourselves up a little bit further. Okay, now bodies. I don't believe that that we're gonna get a full body closure over this imbalance. Ideally, I would not like to see a full body closure on the weekly above this weekly imbalance. I wouldn't mind if we traded above it and still closed within this imbalance range. But now you guys can see we're 50% of this range. We are 50% of the imbalance on the weekly. Okay. Continuously pushing higher from previous areas of accumulation. Okay. One thing I noted yesterday was like I was looking for this daily liquidity within those areas of imbalance, but honestly, the daily liquidity was swept the day prior, and we don't really need to go back and sweep more daily liquidity. Same with DXY, same with EU. We just didn't need to go back and sweep more liquidity. So, in terms of NASDAQ, again, this is a main previous area of distribution that gets my attention because of internal liquidity. You can see that a lot better if I had the fib. There we go. 50% and above, giving us some really nice targets. But now we need to consider we are 50% and above. Okay, and remember what I was telling you guys. What do we look for within a weekly imbalance? And it's you got to look for liquidity, right? Liquidity has to be taken within that weekly imbalance for you to be looking. If I'm looking for shorts, I need to see highs taken. If I'm looking for, X, Y, and Z. All right, so again, if I'm going to be looking for distribution out of this imbalance, I'm either going to look for a previous weekly high, 50% and above, or previous daily highs, 50% and above. This is the first high before these ones right here. This is the first high above 50%. So do I think this is the top of the week? No. Do I think we're going to reverse from here? No. I do think we have room to go higher. Given this current price action and DXY just kind of walking itself down, I do believe that we have room to walk up higher. Okay. So now, given that, on a daily, this is a pretty good objective right here to have in terms of longs, right? Yeah, I'm going to keep that there. Then we're going to go to the 4-hour. Yeah, pretty bullish so far. Just respecting previous weekly opening gap. New week opening gap may be the next thing that we, come back down to and continue to accumulate towards that next zone. Okay. So, pretty nice. Pretty nice so far. Okay, so now in terms of longs, yeah, I just kind of want to see it within this 4-hour imbalance. This gap right here would be ideally the ideal area to go long. Yo, good morning everyone. I've been thinking is the okay. Yeah, I had the same thought yesterday too, where I was like, I need more data on DXY, and today I kind of woke up feeling the exact same way. I think when those days come and you're kind of unsure which directional bias you're gonna go with, it's okay to go one time frame lower, because the daily really, I could have seen it going a little bit higher before we go lower. And on the weekly, I'm extremely bullish. You know what I mean? So just very opposing biases contradicting each other. And so I just going one time frame lower and following the order flow in that one. So for now, like I said earlier, for now, we're going to need some intermediate targets, right? So same with NASDAQ. In terms of weekly objective, I just don't see a weekly objective right now. But in terms of a weekly objective, I would say the closure of this imbalance. If I had to say like a specific price, I would say the closure of this imbalance. Okay. And I'm actually gonna put an alert there. Okay, and that price is 15,356. Okay, and I'm gonna transfer this over, of course. Okay, and that price again was pretty close to 15,358, basically. Let's say that 15,358. How much is 15,350 or 360 on there? We're gonna actually say 15,350. 15,350. Okay, and it's right below that. I like whole numbers. It's right below that weekly imbalance right there. 15,350. Okay. And yeah, there's CPI this week. There's PMI tomorrow. Nice, cool. I journal those too, like what impacts of the week there are, or what news impacts there are for every single week. I journal those as well. I think it's good data to have. I do see us continuing higher in terms of a daily objective. My daily objective is this next blue box here. Okay, so we're looking at 15,288, 15,287. For my daily objective, I want to see price action go from this or one of these two blue shaded boxes to that final top blue shaded box up there. Okay, so I'm just looking for more longs. So that's my objective for this ongoing daily bias. One sec. Okay, cool. And 1 second. All right. Yeah, I do believe that we're gonna find this lower box here soon, like right after the open. I'm not gonna be surprised. Okay, I will not be surprised. So weekly objective 15,350. Again, please make sure that you're looking at your price levels. If you are looking at this imbalance, don't think that 15,350 is the same number for you that it is for me. It's not. So that we make sure that you guys, if you're gonna set same weekly objective, or if you're gonna line yours up with mine, make sure that the price levels match up with your feed says. Okay, because our feeds are definitely different. Unless you're looking at futures feeds, then we have the same feed. But for the most part, I'm not. I know I'm talking to a lot of my individuals that trade with different feeds. Okay. I haven't converted everyone to futures yet. Okay, now let's go to Dow. Hold on, NASDAQ. Yeah, the 1 hour is kind of walking itself down. I won't be surprised if we just kind of push down here and then accumulate somewhere out of this area. This whole range is beautiful. So all you need is some what is that called? Sorry, that I'm spacing out this morning. It is called intraday liquidity. That's what we need. All we need is intraday liquidity. Doesn't necessarily have to happen 50% or below. It just has to happen within this bottom blue shaded area. Excuse me. Damn. I'm starting that yawn train. All right. Okay. I mean, you guys already know the way that we traded into this imbalance here. Took our previous monthly low. Daily. I mean, the targets for the daily, or the target for the weekly was beautiful. We were looking at a previous weekly high. That's basically, that was my main objective. Now my main objective is about to get smacked. So Yeah, that's my main objective for this week actually. So I'm gonna say that and keep that main objective for now. We still haven't hit it, so we'll see. We'll see. And what is that? Price level 33940 basically. All right. It's a pretty good objective. 1 second. That was fucking weird. Okay. Is it PMI or PPI this week? Can anybody tell me? PPI or PMI this week? And sorry, again, if it is taking too long, I'm just leaving everything up so everybody can kind of see what I'm looking at in terms of objectives. Bullish divergence on NAS and Dow on the 1 hour. Nice. Okay, so again, just kind of looking for support in these blue shaded areas and just a continuation to these highs. Okay, which would kind of make sense for the dollar to just continue walking itself down. It may struggle through this blue shaded area, but yeah. Oh shit. And I do believe that Dow can travel towards the high end of that range, but we'll see. Again, this is going to be pretty interesting to see. NASDAQ, Dow, NASDAQ, lower low, Dow, higher high. Yeah, bullish divergence. In terms of Dow for today, daily objective. Daily objective would be the same as the weekly. I kind of want to see that top end. Now the question is it bearish divergence or is it bullish divergence? Drop it in the chat. I want to see your answers. Is it bullish divergence or is it bearish divergence? We just took out the high on Dow. We failed to take out the high on NASDAQ. It is the opening price. Is that bullish or bearish divergence? We took out the high on Dow. We didn't take the high on S&P. We didn't take the high on NASDAQ. Dow just took those little equal highs. Yeah, across the board, I would love to see Asian lows taken out. Asian lows taken out, if they still standing. I guess on Dow, I'd like to see Asian lows taken out. One second. I think we'll bearish until that 1 hour fair value gap on NASDAQ into that balance right there. Yeah, that lines up with my box. Pretty much the same one, right? But I'm gonna mark it out because otherwise you're gonna tell me I told you so on a private message. So let's mark that out. On Friday, it's an inside joke, but on Friday On Friday, I was on a call with Alexis. Yeah, I was in a call with him, and he called out an imbalance that ended up going for some crazy risk to reward. Ended up going for some crazy risk to reward, and in the end, I was like, damn, I guess you were right. Because I was not looking at that imbalance and ended up going for some crazy risk to reward. So now I was like waiting for it. I was like, wait, I gotta wait for this guy to come tell me I told you so. So now if he mentions something, I'm gonna mark it out because this is something that did get my attention as well. Yeah. Alexis is one of my students in my 6-month program. He's been studying the concepts quite a bit. Probably one of those individuals that are actually doing a 1-to-1 ratio when it comes to their studies and application. Like, he's applying himself to his studies quite often, and you can see it. So I recommend a lot of people do that ratio, like 1-to-1 study to application. Study to application. As much time you spend studying, you need to learn how to apply. Yeah, we got the Asian lows taken here. Yeah, maybe we go from NASDAQ from this low right here. It's very much a possibility. I nothing for me yet. Nothing for me yet across the board so far. Dow may really struggle to get below those lows. Okay, that 2 a.m. low. We may really struggle to get to that 2 a.m. low. So on Dow, I'm going to do a reassessment. On Dow, because we are in that box already, on Dow, I just want to see it get to the discounted, take out that discount liquidity. And then I would love to see Dow go long after we take out this discount liquidity. Okay. So I'm looking at this as a range, right? Because price action kind of has been trading within this range. I know we traded above it, but look at the wicks. Look at the bodies, right? Kind of just respecting that area overall, this whole range. So I want to see discounted liquidity taken before we go long. Cool. Yeah, nothing so far. We got the open here 5 minutes ago. Again, just kind of looking for the lower end of that range. We didn't look for premium liquidity. Hold on. Let me check something real quick. Yeah, we did. We definitely did. So on Dow, that orange line right there is my premium liquidity. So I'm going to, one second. Let me just make this invisible on every other time frame. Okay. Yeah, so this is the range on Dow, and I'm looking for that premium liquidity. Oh, we didn't took. I thought you said look. Oh, okay. We didn't take out premium liquidity. Right before the open, we failed to take out previous weekly high. I'm not sure which one you're talking about. Maybe you're talking about Dow, right? Maybe you're talking about Dow, but I guess my question is like, what about it? It's still up there. We're still looking for the longs. That's still our objective for the week. So my question is, yeah, I guess maybe you're confused. Maybe it might have been a little bit thrown off the way that I looked for lower price action here. It's not that I'm looking for shorts to target that area, but I am looking for that longs after we take out that area, if that makes sense. After we take out that area, I'm just looking for longs into that weekly high that you're talking about. Nasdaq kind of playing in that same zone, not really doing much. S&P slowly but surely climbing up, very slowly. I think you're on the wrong day, Zach. Yeah. That's tomorrow. And it's not the real FOMC, by the way. I mentioned that yesterday. And literally every time that news comes up, I tell you, I say the same thing. Just look for the one that has 2 impact news. That's the real FOMC. There's always one that's like very, very low impact, doesn't really do shit. Again, Dow took out the high. Nasdaq failed to take out the highs, and S&P as well. Bro, don't worry. Don't worry about it. I always tell my kids, don't be sorry. Just be better. They laugh every time I say that, of course. Jerome. A lot of people may think that I'm being a little harsh on Zach, but just know that I'm only harsh to people that I love. So I definitely feel comfortable enough to talk to Zach like that. Here we are looking for that discounted liquidity. Again, I won't be surprised if NASDAQ comes for this lower end one. It doesn't have to though, okay? Absolutely does not have to, but that would be the ideal area, is that 1 hour imbalance. Where the fuck did it go? That 1 hour imbalance. Overlapping these two, so. But I do think now Dow is getting ready to go long. I do believe that Dow is now getting pretty set to go long. What do we got? Another 20 minutes? Yeah, I like Dow the most so far. Nasdaq's not really going down there. But I do think that Nasdaq right here, boom. Take all this out. It just has liquidity on both sides. So far, so good. Just waiting for Dow to I mean, not really waiting for Dow to do anything else. Just waiting for the time to be right. Now, the timing perspective. I said we were going to go back to DXY, so better time now than ever. So, balanced price range right here on the 1 hour. Let's look at the 4 hour again. Still bearish, walking itself down. Let's look at the 15-minute. Struggling to go any lower and bullish. 30-minute. Trading into an insufficiency. And struggling to get past that previous weekly low. This is that previous weekly low right here. Boom. You can see how price action is getting a reaction out of that area right now. Again, the 4 hours still bearish. 4 hours still bearish. There's a nice little gap right here. I'm curious about this gap. It's a pretty decent sized gap right there. Okay, we're gonna keep an eye on that gap as well. Daily gap. Overall, we have another gap right here on the daily. We could just be coming back to that and continue going down. Come back for internal liquidity and continue going down. Either one, but I do see us going lower for that. I mean, for DXY. And if I had to say target, I'm gonna look for the lower end of this gap. So the low end of that gap, it is 105,700. So that is my objective for today on DXY. 105,700. Okay, and I'll get back to you guys on the weekly here in a second. My journal is getting filled up. It's having a hard time loading. I don't know if that ever happens to you guys, but I'm gonna start a new page here soon. Okay. So yeah, we'll do that for the daily and for the weekly. Look, if I had to say right now on the weekly, we close the entirety of this imbalance and we took our previous weekly low. We got a slight rejection after we took our previous weekly low. Alright. I need some help here. Not that I like to take other people's analysis and make it my own, but I am having trouble deciding my weekly objective on DXY. And I haven't been stuck like this in a while. I haven't felt stuck like this in a while, but definitely something to note that I don't have a clear weekly objective. And honestly, I don't think I've had something like this yet. So I want to say lower, but my heart just screams higher. I don't know why. So I'm going to ask your guys' thoughts. What is your current weekly objective? In terms of the DXY, what is your current weekly objective? What do you guys think? I think a really good way to, I think this, to figure out the weekly objective on DXY, the low from Friday, September 29th. Oh, I see that. This next low right here. Okay. I see that. I personally have it lower to 105, 500. I'm guessing it's this one. This one right there, that weekly imbalance. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna dive a little bit deep into this. I am gonna dive a little bit deep into this. So we're going to talk about economic calendar. And we're gonna determine our weekly based on that. So we're gonna go over the economic calendar here real quick. Since we still have time before 10 a.m., I'm gonna chop it up, milk it. Just for anybody who is trying to catch some trades, I'm just letting you know I'm gonna wait till 10. Yeah, I'm waiting till 10. Sorry about that, but 10 more minutes. So I got 10 more minutes to do this quick analysis on DXY. Balance price range right here, kind of doing its thing. Oh shit. Right there, boom, boom. Kind of doing something right there. Okay. Economic calendar for DXY. Oh shit, I'm about to take. There we go. All right. It is PPI. I knew it. I knew I had gotten it wrong. Let's see. It is PPI, not PMI, and CPI. PPI and CPI. All right, so let's go look at some PPI numbers. Okay, because to be able to really get this whole thing, we need to understand what these numbers for PPI mean. Okay. So, I'm going to read it straight off these files. This is the change of price of finished goods. The price of finished goods. That's what it is. PPI is the price. What is the abbreviation though? The change in price of finished goods sold by producers. Oh, it's called Producer Price Index. That's what it is. Producer Price Index. Huh. Okay. So PPI, Producer Price Index, is the change of price of finished goods. So, for example, the things that are already been manufactured and whether they are going to go up or down. So, in other words, another form of inflation. So, oh, it's services sold by producers. That's pretty interesting. Okay, so PPI is the services sold by producers. So meaning not the finished product, but the services to provide finished products, right? So the cost of making a product, essentially, right? The cost of manufacturing or production. Okay, so I don't know what the hell it means for the number to get bigger or smaller. I'm not going to lie to you guys. A lot of other people may give you guys way better information than I can. Okay, but I'm going to follow through with this. And we're going to look at previous data. Okay, so on September 14th, we had our previous PPI. Okay, and our PPI numbers was, our previous number was from August 11th was a 3. Okay, a 0.3. Okay, and it was forecasted to go up 1 point number. Okay, 1 point, which is went from 0.3 to 0.4. Okay, it was forecasted on September 14th to go 1 point higher. It went 7 points higher. Okay, so what does that mean for the dollar? What did that mean for the dollar on September 14th? Okay, what did that mean for the dollar when we went beyond expectations, higher and bigger than expectations? It was a bullish up push. Bullish up push. Okay, what is the forecast this time? It is forecasted to drop 4 points. Okay, the current forecast, and where am I seeing that? Current forecast, I'm gonna pull it up right here so you guys all have it. Okay, Current forecast, it is right here. Oh no, that's CPI, right up here. Okay, from 0.7, right, to 0.3. Now that core PPI, that's a month to month, right? This is like a core PPI. Actually, one second. Oh, this is excluding foods and energy as well. That's pretty interesting. Yeah, it is forecasted to drop down about 4 points. Okay. So if we go above expectations again, we're going to go higher, right? So going above expectations or forecast, we're more than likely going to go higher. The reason we're looking at forecast is because there's such a thing called a market expectation. Okay. And the market expectation either is met and it's the driver for the market. So the numbers do drive the market, but the expectation itself does have an effect on price. Okay. So a big thing that I can show you guys right before I get back into indices is last NFP. Okay. So on NFP on Friday, October 6th, our numbers were flat. We didn't go up or down, right? Our numbers for last NFP was flat. I'll show you guys right now, so that way you guys have an idea what I'm talking about here, so I don't sound crazy. Okay. So our numbers were flat. So we went from 3.5, or wait, 1 second. We went from 3.8. Okay, that was the one before 3.8. We were forecasted number lower. We forecasted a number lower, right? But because we went above expectations, it was a negative report. So we went above expectations. Now look at this. It's 3.8 is the actual number, and 3.8 is the previous number. That means the number and percentage stayed stagnant. We didn't go anywhere, right? But we met above expectations. So we went above expectations in terms of numbers. So the market expectation is what created this big up rally on DXY. Okay. And the fact, the reason I was looking for a reversal was because the numbers were flat. So I was expecting both sides to get wiped out because we went above expectations, right? On NFP, when we met above expectations, it pushed price higher. But because the number was flat, that's why we ended up reversing for the end of the day. But meeting that's the expectation. This reaction, this initial long right here, that was the reaction. That was the market expectation. The reaction to the response to the market expectation not being met. Okay, when the market expectation is met, you guys are going to see a lot less volatility. Unless those numbers differ quite a bit, right? So there's two things that move the market. The numbers, like the actual report, and then the expectation of the market. Fun fact. Hold on, let me pull up the chat because I haven't seen anything. Okay, cool. Nothing. Give me 1 sec, guys. I'm gonna start some tea because my head is throbbing. Like, it's just, I don't know why, but I do know why. I mean, honestly, I'm in front of a monitor like half of my life. I spent in front of a monitor. So let me go grab some tea real quick for us, because price action is not really doing much in my eyes. I do like the long still, by the way. I'm still long for the day. He said so real. Yeah, bro. Give me 1 sec. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna grab some tea. All right, I'm back. My wife already had the water heated up. Got a little distracted with the dogs. I don't know, I don't know why, but I have a hard time just walking past them when they're just chilling. I like to pet them. I guess in a way, kind of bother them in a way, but it's cool because it's not a bother to them. But just seeing them curled up in a ball, like sleeping in the morning, it's fucking adorable. Just makes you want to say good morning. Now and plus, like they're all warm and they're super happy that you walk up to them. You see their little tail wags. That's all you see. It's a little fur ball and a little tail wag, and that's it. They're just always super happy to see you. So it's hard not to walk by and like say hi. I don't know if we have any pet lovers here, but I'm a huge pet lover. So just kind of looking at that divergence there, right? You guys can see it. Maybe. So this low, yeah, this low, and this low right here. Look at my cursor on Dow, okay? Look at this low. It's the same low as this low right here. Yeah, Dow is ready. 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Look at that bullish divergence. So fucking beautiful, dude. It is 10 a.m. and we are trading into an imbalance here on Dow. The XY finally melting down from that imbalance. Melted down to our balanced price range. Well, some of you may not have heard this coming from me for a very, very long time, but I need to turn this on real quick. Yes, sir. Gotta turn on that MT5, that MetaTrader. I was watching this really good trader the other day. I'm pretty sure a lot of you follow him. His name's, well, he goes by like Alex FX, something like that. Alex FX. Yeah, his name's Alex FX. Cool, right? And so, he's actually a really credible trader. A little aggressive, but very credible. And he was doing he was flipping an account. He was doing a challenge to flip an account. right? And what he noticed is that he put a lot of pressure on himself. He put a lot of pressure on himself, and he was doing really well on the challenge, really, really well. He got I don't know how many, I think it was like $100 account to like 20K, and then he like blew the fucking account in like, I think he said in just 1 or 2 sessions. Or 3 sessions, maybe. I think it was like 3 sessions. No, it was like in 3 hours. It was something like that. It was a very short period of time, just one sitting down, and he lost like the whole fucking thing. And he lost that live, you know what I mean? He was doing all of that live, showing everybody live and all that stuff. So a lot of pressure on him. So whenever you guys see, I'm about to ask you guys a huge favor. Whenever you guys see a streamer, somebody that's willing to invite you into their close, very private time, giving some encouragement, you know what I mean? Because I promise you, you know, when I drop the bag, I sometimes shit on myself a little hard. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like when I fumble the bag, sometimes I'm just like, fuck, dude. Because I don't feel like I just fumbled the bag. I feel like I fumbled it for other people. And that's not what I'm here to do. You know, I'm here to provide, not take. And sometimes when, you know, you fumble the bag, you may feel, you know, that sense of guilt and responsibility of not providing to your team, you know? So whenever you guys see a streamer, whether you guys have seen him before, maybe they've been doing it for 4 or 5 years, maybe they've been doing it for a couple of months, whatever it may be, I encourage you guys to give them some support. It takes such little encouragement and support to help people. It takes such little encouragement to motivate human beings. Bro, like, you can make someone's day. Like, when I get messages about a stream, right? And somebody tells me like, dude, that conversation, you know, changed everything for me. That's, dude, that encouraged. I would never know that my, you know, this one stream that happened 30 days ago changed someone's life. You know what I mean? So whenever you guys see streamers or at traders that are publicly trading openly, and just know that it takes a lot of composure, and it takes a lot of energy. And just like that guy, Alex, I felt his pain. That's why I encouraged him. A lot of people were really shitting on this guy. That he was too aggressive, and all these people were all of a sudden these fucking Forex gurus trying to give him advice. But bro, honestly, that's some tough shit right there. You know, trading is already difficult in itself, right? It's already a challenge in itself. Not difficult, but it's already a challenge in itself, right? And now adding the pressure of publicity into it, it's tough. I'm telling you. So when you guys see people that have been doing it for years, if you guys have mentors, like for example, after I get off this call, I'll switch to that for you. After I get off this call, I'm gonna go hit up Matthew. And I'm gonna, you know, make sure that he knows that I'm really grateful for everything that he's taught me, because he was streaming every single day. He was doing this every single day, in and out, like day after day, weeks, for years. He did it, you know. And V for Valentino, my boy Siva, you know, your boy Zachary Hogan and Jordan Morgan. Like, hit them up, guys. Hit these guys up. They're not out of reach. They're not out of this world. They're not like from another fucking planet that they won't acknowledge you. Just message them and be like, bro, thank you. You're streaming, and the time that you took to provide value to the many, one session changed my life. And express your gratitude towards them, because again, guys, support these people that are doing things that they necessarily don't need to even be doing, right? Support those individuals, because I'm telling you, it takes the most minimal encouragement to move a human being. It takes so little encouragement to move people, right? So when you guys see these streamers on there, When you see your friends starting a business, when you see your friends doing a stream, when you see your close individuals, or when you see a mentor going out of their way to do something, bro, take the time to hit them up and just be like, bro, thank you for that. Maybe you got nothing from it, but just thank them from it, because that effort and energy is not something that anybody needs to be doing and putting themselves through, right? Because I can get clapped and I'll be fine with that. But if I get clapped and I got like 20 other people that got clapped with me, that's when it starts hurting. So it's 10 a.m., 10:10. That bullish divergence did it, huh? I'm looking at this imbalance right here. This bearish imbalance to this downside. I really like that imbalance. Want to see what we do when we get down there. And just look for longs out of that area. Nasdaq's probably going to create that low and let it be. Give me one sec. Man, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I've been noticing lately that like I need to learn how to breathe. When I talk, I like don't breathe for some reason. Like when I'm done talking, I feel like I'm out of breath. So you guys are going to start hearing me breathe a lot deeper and a lot more often. Yeah. Because I feel like that's where these headaches really come from a lack of oxygen. Yeah. That's the weekly. S&P. Nasdaq not really doing anything. Not really wanting to go higher. Not yet. What is Nasdaq doing? That long on Dow was really nice though, right? Really clean. You guys saw how we took it, or how we anticipated this move. Was just acknowledging the range. Came down to discount liquidity, divergence, to weekly objective. That's it. Boom. Trade's done. Nasdaq's not really doing anything. DXY is dumping. Ended up falling from that daily insufficiency, which is right over here. Boom. That's a daily insufficiency right there. Mitigation candle, daily insufficiency, dumps. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. LFG Dow Q. I don't know why you were throwing some fucking trading abbreviation, but you meant let's fucking go, Dow. Okay. I was like, LFG? What is that? It's like, what ICT language is that? What did ICT, what kind of other abbreviation is ICT coming out with? But no, you meant let's fucking go. All right, makes sense. I would not be surprised if ICT came out with a new abbreviation. It does. I'm gonna start needing a fucking dictionary to listen to that guy. Swear. Every time I listen to him talking, I'm just like, damn, dude. English, please. Man, my stomach fucking hurts. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Yesterday I got really lazy and I didn't want to cook, so I got some Chick-fil-A and I fucked up. Not that my like I need to go or anything, but you could just feel like, I don't know, unhealthy. You know what I mean? I don't know. When you eat, I feel it now. You can tell I'm getting closer to 30. You can really tell. So when you eat now, you can't just eat whatever the fuck you want at whatever time you fucking want. You really can't. Yeah, I ate right before bed and I feel horrible. Just eat early? No, yeah, 100%. I agree with you. I agree with you, but sometimes your boy will get really lazy and he won't cook. Like yesterday. I cook. I get, just letting you guys know. I'm not trying to brag here, but your boy gets down on cooking, all right? But I got lazy yesterday. We don't eat red meat, and so sometimes it gets, I lack creativity on how to fucking cook my chicken. You know what I mean? I lack creativity. Just like you can't keep eating chicken and rice for too long. I'm creative. Like I'll make tinga, I'll make mole, we'll make like a bunch of different stuff, I guess. But tacos, burritos. I make a lot of Mexican food. I'm not Mexican. It was not raised by Mexicans or anything, but I love Mexican food. So I make a lot of Mexican food, and it's just, dude, chicken and rice every day, bro. That's horrible. Uh, but yeah, no, eating early is the best solution for sure. It's like I don't know. Have you guys ever tried? I'm turning into a carnivore diet, bro. My parents too. What's up with this thing being very much a thing now? I seen so many people converting to that type of diet. Let's see. If Dow gets down here, I'm gonna take it. Okay. And there's still a little bit more of the range left. Not a whole lot though. So right now I'm not gonna go for another higher time frame objective. At this point, I go for intraday objective or even previous areas. So I know that this right here is an imbalance here on the daily. You can kind of see it. I know it's really, really hard to see this type of shit right here, but you guys need to train your eyes to see this, okay? This low is a previous daily low. Then price action traded right down through it. And then the next buying was right there. So that is a daily imbalance, okay? And we're going to drag that out because that lines up with a good standard deviation of 100 right there and previous area of distribution that swept liquidity. So that's the final objective for today on Dow. That's the next objective. So if we do get below and come back into this area, I wouldn't be against those longs. The 1 hour screen is the most difficult. Hold on, I can't see it. This is the most hard. Oh, okay. 3 hours of eating before bed, 2 hours of liquids before bed, 1 hour screen off before bed is the suggestion I've seen. Wow, that's a really 3-2-1. That's a nice 3-2-1 rule. Yeah, for me, Alexis, the 1 hour screen time is very difficult because I don't know why, but I tend to watch anime at night. Like right before I go to bed, the last thing I see is some anime. So that one's kind of hard. I don't have a TV in my room, so I guess that's kind of a blessing. Yeah, we never had a when I moved in with my partner, with my wife now, with my now wife. At the time we were only dating, but when I first moved in, I grabbed the TV in the living room and I moved it, and I took it out of the living room. Like as soon as I moved in, we took out the TV out of the living room and the bedroom, and we never looked back. So no TV in the living room, no TV in the bedroom. The kids have TVs, but that's about it. I think that's one thing that's always helped me. How do I watch anime though? I mean, I still have mobile devices, unfortunately, but yeah, I guess it's still the same fucking thing. But it did help a lot. It does help a lot removing the TV from your room, because if it's right in front of your bed, you're gonna want to push that button. Yeah, it's a big change. It helped me, but that's when we started. We had a lot of empty space on the living room. We moved it around, did a little feng shui, and then we went for a library. So we just started acquiring books and building up our library instead. So we have a big ass library in our living room, but we don't have a TV. Now that we're above the highs, it's kind of difficult to go for stuff like that. Because ideally, I'd want to go for something like this if we're below the most immediate objective. Because right here is pretty difficult to say that this is actually going to be the one that sustains the longs from here on out. That's cool. Yeah, it helps a lot, bro. It helps a lot, to be honest. Haven't dove into the 1 minute. Ah, fuck. Oh, wait, never mind. There it is. DXY doing something, okay? This is kind of what I was anticipating from DXY. Is what if we get a reversal from here to here? And this ends up being internal liquidity. This is kind of my thought process right now. I want to see longs into this area up here. That was kind of what I was thinking earlier, just because the way we opened up 10 a.m. was just like drop. But drop to what, 10 a.m. didn't even have a wick up there. So I'm kind of thinking we're going to accumulate. And this will potentially distribute. Potentially. Keyword. Keyword. Potentially. Or retrace. Retrace into the areas that we were anticipating. But yeah, no, I mean, if we don't end up coming back, then I just won't take a trade today. And it is what it is. I mean, our areas are going really well. I mean, everything's going pretty on point, except for DXY, which I did believe that it was going to go a lot lower. Now I'm starting to believe that DXY may find some support in this blue shaded box, a new week opening gap or an old week opening. I think this is a monthly gap, right? This is a monthly gap, so I'm kind of thinking maybe we find some level of support here and go back up, but if we got another 36 minutes before the hourly fucking closure. That's exactly what I was expecting. Wow. Nice. Nice. We'll see what happens, right? So, I mean, but for now, it doesn't look like the morning session is going to do much. It may end up being like an afternoon session play. One second. 1 second. My boy wants to reschedule our one-on-one. Fuck that. Just kidding. No, let me just mute myself and respond to this one. We just swept the previous weekly high, which is a major liquidity point. Dow, yeah. Yes. Yeah. But I just kind of feel like we're gonna end up going long again. But I'm waiting for this retracement on across the board. Hold on. I guess. Hold on. I'm like dying right now. Hold on. This is me right now. Oh, fuck. I crack myself up sometimes. No, that's hella me right now. It's gonna end up, this thing's gonna pop off and I'm gonna be like just waiting. Fuck. Oh, fuck. So many clean plays and that's me right now. Ah, man. I'm gonna get like a streaming deck so I can just start dropping these funny ass pictures right on the stream whenever. We're gonna make this a lot more interactive and fun for sure. For sure. I don't know. Yeah, I wish we could send gifts on this chat as well. Dumps. I guess we're pretty on point on our daily objective today. The bottom and lower end of this gap. My stomach's fucking killing me. It feels empty as fuck. It feels hollow. You guys watch Hell's Paradise? Such a good anime. Well, you guys already know what happened today? So, yeah, I don't know if anybody else caught anything, but yeah, it doesn't look like it's coming back right now. But if it did, let me just tell you guys right now. Hold on. Let me get my picture out of the way before I forget it. Okay. I'm going to say if we did pull back, you know, on Dow, I'd be looking inside this imbalance here. And then on NASDAQ, I already hit my objective for today. So on NASDAQ, I'm done. On S&P, yeah, across the board, I'm pretty done because major objectives have been hit for today. And I just don't want to keep chasing it beyond that. So calling it a day myself as well. GG's. Good job, guys. Good game. All right, good game today. GG's today. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Again, you know, sometimes it's a waiting game for me, and sometimes it's just like I'm gonna wait till tomorrow. So that's gonna be me tomorrow waiting for this price action. But I have alerts. Okay, I'm gonna see what ends up happening. Maybe we still wait till tomorrow. Maybe we find something when it comes back later on today. But I appreciate you guys being here today. Remember, if you learned something about the economic calendar, remember the price expectations, the market expectation. Okay, and some important stuff right there that I feel like everybody should, especially people that don't really trade news, something that you should get yourself more involved with. Not something that we should avoid, but something we should learn to understand better. Okay, so as you guys dive in deeper this week into fundamentals, let me know what you find out. Let me know what you think about market expectations. And yeah, guys, thank you for being here today. And I'll see you guys tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern. If you guys don't mind pressing that like button before you go, I really, really appreciate it. Take care, guys. Love you guys. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace. And if I do catch anything, I will keep you guys updated on Twitter beforehand. Okay? All right. Peace out, guys.